Oh, yeah, baby, baby, baby. Oh, we got one for you tonight here on the most revered, respected, regarded, and loved talk radio show, not just in America, but on Mars. I swear to God, you guys, fucking Mars, Jupiter, come on, you guys know it. Venus, Saturn. Saturn's rings are disappearing, you guys. It looks like the liberals have even frightened Saturn and like it's collapsing or something. The rings are disappearing. That's so sad. And well, Shark's number one on Saturn. I don't care if the rings disappear. And you guys make me the number one like musician, singer, band, rock and roll in America. I swear to God, you guys, right now, all over the country, I guess tonight's Thursday night, November 30, my wife's birthday. My beautiful wife. I'm not going to tell you how old, but we're both really old, you guys. I'm like ready to retire and get Social Security. She's a lot younger than me, but she's proud to be married to one of America's most watched and liked or loved or respected musicians. I mean, you guys all over America seem to love my band, GE, The Greenhouse Effect. I mean, you sit there for hours and hours in Tennessee. I don't know why you guys love me. And I guess you're fucking sick of Taylor Swift. And well, you should be. So, you watch a little shark, Clark the Shark from GE instead of Taylor Swift. And I applaud you. Florida, all over that fucking place. They love me, Clark the Shark. Arizona, Mesa, Tucson, I don't know, Flagstaff. I'm not sure if I'm up to date on all my U.S. cities. Denver, of course, Colorado. Huge watchers of me, Clark the Shark. Wyoming, where I have relatives, of Hagens. My dad was Gary B. Hagens, and his dad was Virgil Hagens, who was a builder all over Wyoming and maybe Colorado, I'm not sure. But Virgil died in 1973, and I actually went back there with my family, kind of like Chevy Chase. Remember Vacation? We had many of those out at 251 Paseo de Gracia, Torrance, Redondo Beach, whatever, 90277. We would travel all around in the station wagon with Gary B. Hagens and Joanne Hagens and all the kids in the station wagon. It was just like Wally World or something. And my dad was Chevy Chase, and I was like that kid. And we would go to Wyoming, Colorado, Arizona, maybe Oregon. I don't know. We would aimlessly travel like, chickens with our heads off all around the Western United States. And I'm not sure if I liked it, because my older brothers picked on me or something, or they didn't like me at all, or I think my brother Paul was cool with me. I had a dream about Paul just last night. It was weird, and it was actually kind of creepy too. I won't go into the details of the dream, but I always have weird dreams with my brother Paul, who passed away in 2011. And he's always like appearing to me in dreams like, Shark, I died. I'm like, I know, Paul. And there's always like a twisted little sidebar, side thing happening in the dream. But one of the themes is he's always reminding me or telling me that he died in 2011. And I'm like, Paul, dude, I know. And I was very sad when you died back in 2011. I don't have too many dreams about my brother Bert, who died in 2015. But Bert was a big fan of Jethro Tull, you guys. And I, Clark the Shark, being America's #1 most watched musician, a lot of you are like, hey, Shark, do you like Jethro Tull? Dude, don't let Lars Ulrich and Metallica say shit about them, dude. I want you to go on your blog or write emails or go write a whole article about how you fucking hate Lars Ulrich. And I mainly hate Lars Ulrich because the fucking guy can't drum, you guys. Maybe it was me long ago in 2011 or 2012 that started that. But the fucking guy drums like Charlie Watts or like fucking Ringo or something. He doesn't know what he's doing, and he should be fired from the band. And why Metallica keeps playing with Lars, I don't know. I mean, I guess you could say his drumming is getting the job done enough, Maybe even though he's 50 or 60 years old, he's pretty good for that old, or maybe not, I don't know. But how dare this fucking little balding troll open his mouth about Jethro Tull? Dude, you don't fucking say shit. I made another video, dude, about how pissed off I was. And I'm Clark the Shark Higgins here from GE, The Greenhouse Effect. The world's #1 watched video musician, you guys, all over the fucking planet. And I think a lot of you don't make the connection, or you don't make the link up, like connect the dots, that me, the Clark the Shark Show, I'm the same guy as that annoying band that has the videos all over the world and all over America on the internet. Some of you have made the connection, especially the South Bay. Torrance, Redondo Beach, Palos Verdes, Lomita, Hermosa Beach. A lot of you guys on the street in the South Bay used to hate my guts, or, oh, Shark's mediocre, he doesn't know what he's doing. You guys never really took the time to really sit down and know me in the South Bay. I even would come over to your houses and try to be your friends. And you guys were too busy back then or just too cool for Clark the Shark. And now everything's flipped, and you email me and you're like, Shark, dude, say something about me and my band, or say something about Dave, or say something about Glenn, or you got to go on your writing, Shark, and say something about Joe or Steve. They're so amazing. The world shouldn't be looking at you, Shark, with all your publicity and hype and SEO and web traffic that you do. You really should be promoting Larry or Mike. They're so talented from the South Bay or from Los Angeles, and they deserve the hype that you get, Clark the Shark. And it isn't fair. Some girl sent me this email. She's like, my husband, I've never even heard of the guy. She's like, he is incredibly talented, Mr. Higgins. And I want you to know, if you're going to do a blog or going to do a video and get all this publicity that you get, or do all this fucking shit that you do, you shouldn't be talking about you, Clark the Shark, or Greenhouse Effect. You should be talking about Larry from Manhattan Beach. He's so talented. And I went and Googled Larry's music, and, that's not his real name, you guys. None of these names are real. Me, Clark the Shark, I've rocked a million faces. How does Bon Jovi say it? I've seen a million faces and I've rocked them all. You guys rock in the South Bay, but trust me, believe me, none of you are even 1/1000th known as Clark the Shark from GE, The Greenhouse Effect. And a lot of you are really fucking well known from Manhattan Beach, Hermosa Beach, Torrance, Palos Verdes, Long Beach, Lomita, Gardena. But you're not even a fucking mole on my proverbial penis, you guys. But if you want publicity or help, I'll do it for you, but you got to pay me, and I want a lot, And I guarantee to you, people, that Clark the Shark is #1 or something like that, because all I do is SEO, web traffic, and I will pay top dollar to whore myself out to the world, you guys. Because back in the 1980s, from 1983 till 1991 when they started signing these douchebag bands. They were the record labels in Hollywood, Geffen and Capitol and Sony and all of them, BMG, whatever it's fucking called, MCA. They would just ignore me, and so would the punk rock and indie labels. And what you guys deserve today is a fucking overdose of Greenhouse Effect and Clark the fucking Shark. And that's what you get every fucking night from me, because you ignored me. And a lot of you ignore Jethro Tull, like this fucking album Benefit. But baby, me, Clark the Shark, the reason I'm so good at music, you guys, or I'm such a great drummer or guitarist or singer, it's not because of David Bowie or the Beatles. It's because I love Jethro Tull, Ian Anderson, and, I love his flute. I don't give a fuck what Lars Ulrich says or James Hetfield or Metallica. Fuck them. I'm probably watched more than them, too, you guys. I've seen the Google Analytics stats, baby. Millions of people every night, from fucking London to Tokyo to Norway. I don't know why Norway, Sweden, and Finland love me so much, and Ukraine. But they fucking love Clark the Shark, and they can't get enough Greenhouse Effect. I know it's mainly just She's a Bitch and Brandy, you guys, and It Ain't Easy. It's those three songs, and people in the South Bay are just like, it's just She's a Bitch. That's all they watch, or that's all they listen to, or Brandy, or, it's mainly that, but I would like to think you guys are listening to 5 Years or one of those songs, or I don't know, you guys. You seem to love them all pretty equally, but I admit, She's a Bitch is a hit all over the world. They love it. What can I do? I mean, I got to promote it. If I see web traffic going to one song and it has a big following or a big cult audience or status, you guys, I have to feed into that and promote it even more. I love it when you love me out there, you guys. It fucking tickles me pink that so many of you now, and you even say all these nice emails like, Clark the Shark should be signed. There's a few people in Torrance, they're like, Clark the Shark should not only be signed, he should be in the Rock and Roll fucking Hall of Fame. It isn't fair. And I'm like, right, dude, right on, bro. You fucking tell them, but maybe it's true or not true. I don't know. But Jethro Tull, I know, should be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, you guys. And if they're not right now, and if it's because of Lars Ulrich or Metallica, I'm like, fuck Metallica, dude. You guys don't say shit about Jethro Tull. And a lot of people, especially in Europe, have manned up to Lars online. And they're like, fuck Lars Ulrich and fuck that shit. He tried to do against Jethro fucking Tull is like Led Zeppelin, you guys, or The Who. Or some dude like Sabbath. You don't fucking talk shit about this band, man. Clark the Shark, when I was 17 and 1982, I fucking grew up since I was 11 in 1976 listening to Jethro fucking Tull. I don't want anyone saying shit about this incredible musical, talented, progressive, atmospheric band with all the melodies. I know it's mainly Ian Anderson. He writes everything and does everything, you guys. It's like a solo project. I don't care. Right here on the Clark the Shark Show from the golden EIB Sharkerphone. It's not a microphone at 1-800-449-8255. It's shark casting, you guys. What I do is not broadcasting. It's shark casting because I speak into a golden, solid gold sharkerphone that was given to me in 1970 when I was 5 by Dick Clark himself. He came over to 251 Paseo de Gracia and he shook my dad's hand and he said, Gary, your son, Clark the Shark, I know he's only 5, but your son is amazing. He's talented, he's artistic, he's a genius. Those psychedelic pictures that he paints or draws. Here, Gary, I'm giving you this sharkerophone, and it's made of solid gold. It's not gold plated. And my dad was like, he's just old hat. he's mediocre. He's not that good. And Dick Clark was like, no, Gary, your son Clark is going to be a fucking genius someday. Not just with music. He's not just going to rule the airwaves in America and Europe and all over the planet, from Japan to Vietnam to Australia to Sydney to Melbourne to Perth, but everywhere in the universe. The UFOs, Martians, aliens, fucking everybody. And my dad's like, nah, he'll never amount to much. He's just a little runt. He'll be 5'6" at best. I mean, I'm serious, you guys. That's about what my dad would say. But I took that as a challenge, me, Clark the Shark. And the reason I'm so good at music, She's a Bitch is so awesome, and Brandy, and It Ain't Easy, and all those songs I did with Phil Keegan too, is because so many people challenged me, and they're like, you're just a little 5'6" runt, you'll never get anywhere, and everyone hates you, and girls hate you, and girls make fun of you. And I was like, you guys, you don't know who the fuck you're messing with. I'm Clark the Shark from the golden EIB sharkerphone. It's not a microphone, baby. And when I'm talking about Jethro Tull, it's like Jethro Tull is making me number one. And anyone who fucking talks or comes against Jethro Tull in any way is a threat to Shark's stability or sanity or my whole way of life or something. You don't fucking talk. You don't dare say shit, any of you out there, against Jethro Tull, Ian Anderson, his flute, or any of that, dude. If you're at MTV, you're making a cute little doc, you think it's funny that Lars Ulrich or, Metallica talks shit about Jethro Tull. Dude, some of you are dead, because you will know me, Sharky, Clark the Shark, by my trail of dead. And when you die, and when I dream you fucking die, dude, you will fucking die. You might already be dead, because you might be spiritually dead or something like that. Right here on the Clark the Shark Show. I don't know, you guys. I just don't want you fucking talking shit about Jethro Tull or making fun of them. And in particular, this album, Benefit from 1970, the third studio album by Jethro Tull, a band that I grew up on. I fucking love this band, you guys. It's probably my favorite band. I love them more than Black Sabbath and Zeppelin and The Who live at Leeds, you guys, because unlike The Who, Jethro Tull knows how to play. They fucking shred, and they're a kick-ass band, dude. Unlike Led Zeppelin and all that fake fucking energy, Jethro Tull has something real that blows, like the Beatles away or something. They really were the number one band in their time and today, you guys. These geniuses, especially the frontman, Ian Anderson, who considers this like his, I don't know, maybe favorite album, better than Stand Up. I don't know about that, you guys. All their albums are so good. Of course, later on, with Thick as a Brick and albums like that and Aqualung, they became legends. And, the one with the ballerina is kind of a letdown, and people are like, dude, what's wrong with Jethro Tull, And as they went, kind of like Blue Oyster Cult, they started to peter out, and their albums got worse and worse. For me, Clark the Shark, I still kind of liked them. They had moments, and but they never were hitting it out of the park like this album or, in their early days when they were just amazing. The greatest band in the world, you guys. And I don't just mean Ian Anderson. I mean the whole band. I don't care what the stars, what the reviews or AllMusic or Rolling Stone say, but AllMusic gives it 4, That's not bad, you guys. And the Encyclopedia of Popular Music only gives it a 3. That's wrong. Record Collector gives it a 4, and you guys know me, Clark the Shark. I'm a big-time record collector. The biggest, you got all these guys on YouTube. They always have millions of CDs and records and vinyls and shit behind them, and they're like such a fucking expert. A lot of these guys aren't musicians. They've never written a song. Nothing, dude. They've never written a poem. They've never written a paragraph or an article or a blog. No one knows who the fuck they are, and yet they think they're a record reviewer. Oh, because they can buy fake views on YouTube or Vimeo now. They're clever, you guys. But I have real web traffic, real SEO for my music. And you guys email me, or some people have even written shit about me on the internet, like, I won't do anything. I'll love it. If you write false things about me, I love it even more. Or if you say, Clark the Shark's a dick, no one likes him, everyone hates him, I love that, dude. Please, if you have a blog, I pray, dude, that you'll say shit like that, because Ian Anderson and Jethro Tull with this fucking album 1970 Benefit, I think these guys love it when people talk shit about them and hate this band, but also it kind of hurts this band. When Lars Ulrich and Metallica did all that, it hurt Jethro Tull's legacy. When that award thing happened at MTV or the Grammys or the Billboards, whatever it was, I don't even remember the award show, but Lars Ulrich had a chance to say, hey, Jethro Tull kicks ass. That band is amazing, and they were a big influence on Metallica. Instead of that, the fucking guy took the opportunity to make fun of Jethro Tull. And dude, believe me, the rock gods are not fond of Lars Ulrich. He will end up with a fate worse than Pete Best. Maybe now or later, I swear to God. Dude, Lars Ulrich is a fucking dick for saying that shit. And dude, I have more respect. By the way, Pete Best, I respect, revere, and honor him. He was a good drummer, you guys. The Beatles got rid of him because he was good looking and he got all the girls. It really was true. And they could have just replaced Pete in the studio, like capital EMI. And everyone was saying that, Brian Epstein and even George Martin himself. They were like, we'll just put Pete playing live. The girls will be screaming. You won't hear him anyway, and we'll have Ringo play in the studio or some other session drummer. I mean, you could have done that, instead of kicking Pete Best out of the band and just wrecking the guy's fucking life. But what I really hate about what they did to Pete Best is today, Paul McCartney and Ringo Starr both kind of make fun of Pete Best, and they don't go to him and visit him or email him or go hang out with him and talk to him. Someday Pete Best might be lying in a hospital bed, dying on his deathbed. Are you, Paul McCartney and Ringo, going to go visit Pete when he's dying on his deathbed? I hope you do. Actually, I hope you don't, because by then it will be too late. You had many opportunities, Paul McCartney, you fucking dick, to go hang out with Pete Best or talk about Pete Best or build up Pete Best's life online or, wherever in the media. So did you, Ringo. And you guys blew it. You failed the test with me, Clark the Shark, at 1-800-449-8255. And yeah, they do fucking care what Clark the Shark thinks. I don't care if they do or don't. That's not important either. I care about what God thinks. And because of what you two guys, Ringo and Paul McCartney, I'm not going to fucking call you Paul McCartney. You're Dirk McQuickly. Fuck you, dude. You don't deserve a name. And Ringo, I'm not calling you Ringo because your drumming sucks. I'm going to call you Lars Ulrich. Okay? I'm talking to you, Lars, the fucking lame drummer that replaced Pete Best. And I'm talking about you, Dirk McQuickly. You two pathetic pieces of shit who won't go love Pete Best or hang out with him or talk about him in a positive light or send him up or something. You guys just ignore the guy or make fun of the guy on Howard Stern. Fuck you too, Howard Stern. I don't have any respect for you. You're not number one anymore. Me, Clark the Shark, I'm fucking number one now at 1-800-449-8255 from the golden EIB Sharkerphone. It's not a microphone. Because when I'm talking about Jethro Tull, the Benefit album from 1970. I'm talking about an album that Dirk McQuickley and Lars Ulrich, also known as Richard Starkey, Ringo Starr, or Howard Stern, you three fucking bozos don't even know about Jethro Tull, and you don't know how or why this band belongs in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Right here on the Clark the Shark Show. That's right. I'm going to put Jethro Tull in something better than the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. I'm going to put them in God's heaven right now on the Clark the Shark Show, because that's where they belong. Jethro Tull, Benefit, 1970. Fuck Dirk McQuickley. Who fucking cares what he thinks? And fuck Lars Ulrich, the fucking shitty drummer for the Beatles or the Stones or Metallica. Take your pick. Ringo, Lars, Charlie Watts, they all fucking suck. They don't have talent like Jethro Tull. Benefit, 1970. Every Jethro Tull album is amazing. And don't any of you out there talk shit about Jethro Tull or ever dare to even think of making fun of this band, because this band was amazing and talented more than you'll ever know. They've got more talent than me, Clark the Shark, that I will ever know or understand. And believe you me, I got more fucking talent than any of you in Los Angeles or the South Bay. And that's why they watch me and listen to my songs. It's not because of the SEO or the web traffic or because I'm signed to my own record label or blah, blah, or publicity or hype or any of that. It's because I'm really good and talented, like Jethro Tull, like Ian Anderson, like this fucking amazing album, Benefit, 1970. And I'm going to break down song by song why this band's better than Metallica, with you there to help me. Awesome, baby. 620. I don't think Lars Ulrich and James Hetfield could write a song like this or anything on side one of Benefit, 1970. Of course, Nothing to Say, amazing. You've heard that one all over the radio, baby, and well, you should. Jethro Tull deserves to be played all over the radio. And much like Clark the Shark from the Greenhouse Effect, Jethro Tull is known all over the universe, all over Andromeda. Fucking UFOs listen to Jethro Tull, baby. And the UFOs make fun of Lars Ulrich, that bald, fat little troll who can't even fucking drum, dude. How dare you? Dude, don't fucking say shit about Jethro Tull. Alive and well and living in. You know, they're all amazing, you guys. Son, of course. For Michael Collins, Jeffrey, and me. I mean, side one of this is amazing, you guys. Progressive rock, British, UK sounding, atmospheric, melodic, honest or something, you guys. And of course, side two, To Cry You a Song. That's what I do, Clark the Shark. Gosh, A Time for Everything, amazing. How could Lars make fun of this? Inside. Praying Time. These songs almost make me cry, you guys. All of them, you know. Saucity or Woman. Yeah, you guys, it's sad. People making fun of Jethro Tull ain't funny. Benefit, 1970. Progressive rock that's more talented than Lars. Better than Metallica will ever be, you guys. That band sucks. Their new albums fucking suck. I'm not just talking about Saint Anger. I'm talking about the Black Album, Forward. You fucking suck, Metallica. You're not a fucking mole on Jethro Tull's ass. I'm Clark the Shark, and I'm out of here. Peace.